Hello to everyone from Texas. It's Grandpa Hickory. I've been out doing my walking, getting back in here. We got a lot of things happening here in Texas. We've got severe storms, they're saying, on its way, and it's like nighttime outside. I got the blinds open here, and I've been looking out and everything, and fixing to get my lunch ready. Just did my dishes. I told you I had a big old pile of dishes. Well, I got them done. I always procrastinate and put it off the last minute, but I jumped in there and got it done. Cleaned my stove off, the top of my stove. I always try to keep a neat kitchen. Try to. You ought to see the clutter I got on my shelves. I tell you, I don't know where I get all this stuff. You know it. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about a subject today. It's been on my mind. I was thinking about it when I went out walking this morning, and that is the subject of what's wrong with what's wrong. You know, I moved in here 2.5 years ago, and there's a young man. He's in his 20s. He's not supposed to be living here. It's a senior community, but he moved in on his mother. He cusses her out, screams, he throws fits, and he's broke their back door I don't know how many times, and he opens it and slams it, and he throws fits. Well, anyway, they never open their front door, and he's got 3 little bitty daughters. Of course, his mother's having to take care of them. He don't work. He stays home with them in the daytime while his mother goes to work, and he don't have a job at all. And I guess he's one of those that never worked and never will, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, this is what I'm dealing with living here. But they've got a front door right out in front of my apartment here, going to their apartment. And these pizza people will come up and they'll stand there and knock on the door, and they'll knock on the door, and they'll knock and knock and knock and knock, and nobody answers the door. Well, I started opening the door up, 2.5 years ago when I first moved in here, and told them, hey, you'll have to go there on the side and knock on their back door, because they never do open that door. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. Well, day before yesterday, there was a man delivering pizza standing there beating on the door, and he was getting tired of it. Well, I opened the door, and I told him, I said, sir, if you go around the back, that guy come walking out, and he said to me, brother, I don't need you telling people that. Well, I said, okay, I just trying to help. Well, I closed my door. I'm not going to do it anymore. Well, I mentioned to a neighbor this morning when I was out walking. He brought his little dog out, little Zoe, and I petted it. And I told him about that thing that happened to me. And he told me, he said, well, you know why he does that, don't you? I said, no. He said he gets free pizza. I said, what do you mean? He said he calls him on the phone and says, hey, you never delivered my pizza to me. And they said, well, the driver said he came there. He said, well, he must have went to the wrong door, because we're right here. We've been here all day. So he gets his pizza free. What's wrong with what's wrong? He thinks it's okay to steal, to defraud somebody. And see that driver? That driver has to pay for that pizza. It comes out of his pocket. So there are just so many things. I tell you, it really alarms me about people. So many people, I'll say, hello there, how you doing this morning? Boy, they'll walk past me. They look like they've been sucking on a lemon. Boy, I just, and I heard on the radio they were talking about people in Illinois that they're leaving there, that they're expecting 1.5 million people to vacate Illinois because of the people in power there in their city, their state, their woke agenda, and all the other things, the taxes and all this. So they're bailing out, and they were talking on the radio. They said, when those people are asked if they're going to vote differently than they have before, if you know what I'm saying. I have to watch what I'm saying because of YouTube. I've already been dinged several times. But they say, no, we're going to vote the same way. Well, what you leaving there for and coming down here and going to Florida for? if you're just going to come here and vote the same way and try to vote the same people in down here. People, we are really in a bad situation. And look at Donald Trump. That man is beat to pieces. You know that? Look at what they're doing to that man. And it shows on him too. He's not Superman. They are defrauding that man. They are cooking up lies. Where's the Justice Department? They've been bribed off. What's wrong with what's wrong? They don't see any problem. They don't see a bit of problem. What's wrong of what's wrong? They take their bribe money and go on just like all the lobbyists, in our state in Texas here. What do you think a lobbyist is? A lobbyist is a briber. They're there bribing people. They're bribing them. Our politicians, the ones that we elected, they corrupt them by paying them bribes. And this is what we're putting up with. And you look at them and ask them, why are you doing this? What's wrong with what's wrong? They've been doing this for over 80-something years. They don't see anything wrong with it. You and me, we can't come up with all that money and run up there and say, hey, we elected you, but you have to have money to do your job. You have to have additional money, so here's the money. Please vote for the citizens that you lied and said that you was going to take care of and that you were going to represent. No, they're for sale to the highest bidder. Where's the Justice Department? Where's the Justice Department? Why are these illegals overrunning our borders? Why are these people in Washington, D.C. giving these people money? Why are they doing this? What's wrong with what's wrong? I tell you, people, we are really living in a very, very, very bad time. And, I had a pastor call me the other day and told me, he said, I think it's really going to get violent and bad by election time. And I was listening on the radio. They were talking. They said that the people in Washington, D.C., that they want civil war. They want whites and blacks fighting the illegal aliens. They're mad at the black people because the black people aren't voting for them anymore. They've wised up to them like we did many, many, many years ago. And now they're not voting for them people anymore. So they said, okay, fine. We'll open the borders up. We'll bring all these illegals in here and we'll give them amnesty and they'll vote and we'll come after every one of you people and y'all will be destroyed. And they will. If you don't think they're not going to go by birth dates, they're going to be looking at people certain ages and all of a sudden people are going to start being rounded up. You ever heard of the Gestapo? You ever hear of the SS troops? Did you ever hear of the socialist Nazis of Germany in World War II? They were sent over here by Adolf Hitler to become American citizens. And they went into our politics. They went into our city governments as Democrat DAs, Democrat judges. Hello? Check it out in your city. Check it out in your state. Check it out. Google it. Hello? People, we are in a bad situation. And so many people, you talk to them and it's like they're brainwashed. That they can't see what's going on. And when you try to talk to them and alert them, they say, what's wrong with what's wrong? Well, listen, you have a good day. Please hit the like button. I'm inviting you to subscribe to my channel. You have a good day, and I'll catch you on the next video. I just wanted to come with you and discuss with you this today. After I'd finished my walk, I wanted to talk at you about the subject of what's wrong with what's wrong. God save America. God to save us all.